Hello, my name is Dwayne Kimball, owner and founder of KMD89, that VA claims consultant, Leave No Vet Behind, and also I'm a United States Army veteran. Today I'm bringing you another educational video as it pertains to the VA disability compensation claims process. And today I'm going to be discussing buddy and lay statements, okay? A lot of people ask me, what is the format for it? How do you write one? So I did a little research in the VA's M21. I'm going to share some slides with you as I discuss those two topics, okay? But before I get into today's video, I just want to inform everybody, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification button. You can also find us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter. Also, this past Friday, we had a live Zoom Q&A session. Went really well. Just want to say thank you for all the veterans that actually that signed up, that actually attended, okay? This Friday, September 3rd at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm doing another live Zoom meeting with veterans, okay? And we're going to be going through the 38 CFR and the M21 and just doing some research so you can see with some VA employees they go through on a daily basis when they're rating claims or developing for claims, and they have to go and look at a particular court case or a particular 38 CFR or some instructions in the M21 reference, okay? So again, that's September 3rd at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can sign up on our website, and our website can be found in the description section of all our videos, and it's kmd89.com. That's Kilo Mike Delta 89.com. And again, this Zoom meeting, or this Zoom, meeting this Friday, September 3rd, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you must sign up with your name. If you don't sign up with your name, full name, you won't be admitted to the Zoom meeting. And also, you need to share your video, okay? If you're uncomfortable sharing your video, you can catch us on our live YouTube streams, Q&A sessions that we do every other Wednesday, and the next one will be September 8th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so with that being said, let's jump into today's video. And today, again, we're going to be talking about buddy and lay statements. All right, so let's just take the definition of a buddy statement. Okay, so in the first slide, we're going to discuss what is a buddy statement. What is the VA's definition of a buddy statement? Okay, so slide number 1. And here's slide number 1. This is an M21 reference. Now, a lot of my videos I share the M21 reference, but I want people to understand that this is not law. This is not regulation. This is not law. This is a simple reference. So as you heard me talk about in some of my other videos, the reason why I go to the M21 first is because it's easier to search, and it will give you, sometimes it will give you the 38 CFR related to the topic, okay? So if you're going to the 38 CFR, you may be spending a little bit more time trying to find what you're looking for. The M21 has a search block that you can put a key, that does a keyword search for you, and then I'll go to the 38 CFR from here, okay? So don't get that mistaken that I'm saying that M21 is law. It is not. It's just merely a reference tool, okay? So a buddy statement, as you can see, it states a buddy statement is a statement from an individual who has information about the veteran's sickness, disease, or injury, okay? So again, a buddy statement is a statement from an individual who has information about the veteran's sickness, disease, or injury, okay? There's a key word or, does not say and or, it just says or. Okay, so let's just, let me give you some examples of who could write a buddy statement, all right? It could be, let's just say while you were serving in the military, a neighbor, okay? It could be a neighbor that's also in the military or not, okay? Because it's stating has information about certain things, okay? Could be brother-in-law, sister-in-law, fellow soldier, or whomever, but whoever has information about that, okay? And in one of the next slides, not this next slide, but I do have a slide where I just typed up one, Okay, so if I had to write one based on, let's just say, an individual stressor in service, trying to confirm a stressor in service, I'm going to show you, okay, what I would have written. Okay, all right, so say we have about 4 slides. In the next slide, we're going to talk a little bit more about the in-service stressor as it pertains to PTSD. Okay, so slide number 2. And here is slide number 2. You can see it states accepting buddy statements of a fellow veteran as corroboration of a claimant, of a claimed in-service stressor. Okay, so this is coming from another veteran. Now, again, there's M21. A lot of times when I take screenshots of M21s, I may not include the entire M21. So you need to go and do, if you feel this is something that you're interested in, you want to get a buddy statement or whatever, I'm only showing parts of the M21. You would need to go to the M21. I give you the name of the M21 and the reference number of it, and you can go and you can see the M21 in full, okay? And it will have maybe another M21 that has additional information associated or reference to this one, and or a 38 CFR, okay? So, accepting buddy statements of a fellow veteran as corroboration of a claimed in-service stressor. Okay, so we're talking about PTSD in-service stressor, all right? Accept a buddy statement from a fellow veteran as corroboration of a claimed in-service stressor if the statement is consistent with the time, place, and circumstances of the service of both the veteran and the fellow veteran making the buddy statement. I'll read that again. Accept a buddy statement from a fellow veteran as corroboration of a claimed in-service stressor if the statement is consistent with the time, place, and circumstances of the service of both, not one, but both of the veteran and the fellow veteran making the buddy statement. Okay, so I know I'm going to get asked a lot of questions. Well, what if I do it this way? What if I do it the way? A buddy statement or a lay statement, there's no, I can't say, it has to be done this way, or it has to be written that way. So if I get asked that question, I'm not going to even answer it, okay? So as you see in this M21, it talks about time, place, location of both veterans, all right? That's the buddy statement of an in-service stressor. I'm not talking about sleep apnea. I'm not talking about migraines. Just talking about an in-service stressor. Now, can this be maybe carried over into one of those other conditions? Yeah, but this video is just based on an in-service stressor, okay? So, like I said earlier, I'm going to show you a buddy statement if I had to write one, okay, what it would look like. I'm not saying yours would look like this. I'm not saying yours should look like this. I'm just saying if I had to write one for someone, I'm just giving an example of what it could look like. Okay, so slide number 3. And here is slide number 3. You can see, I just put at the bottom, example of a buddy statement. So I'll just read through it. I'm Captain John Doe, okay? So my name is Captain John Doe, and I serve with Sergeant John Doe in the United States Army. We were both assigned to HHB, Headquarters, Battery, 1st Battalion, 82nd Field Artillery, 1st Cavalry Division, Fort Hood, Texas, from 2002 to 2005. I was the commanding officer of this unit. During this time, we were on field maneuvers and witnessed the death of fellow soldier, Private John Doe, who suffered a fatal injury. We were all devastated due to the loss of Private John Doe. Everyone in our unit was aware of the loss of life. I'm confirming that Sergeant John Doe was assigned to the above unit at this time. Please review my 201 file, military personnel file. I have previously filed a claim with the VA, so my records should be on file. And it will show that we were assigned to the same unit during this time, along with the soldier that passed away. I'm writing this statement to confirm the PTSD stressor for Sergeant John Doe's claim that he witnessed the loss of life. Okay, so as in slide number 2, it states a fellow veteran. So I wasn't a captain. I'm just in here in this particular statement. I'm saying I'm Captain John Doe. So slide number 2, it stated a fellow veteran. So Sergeant John Doe is filing a claim for PTSD, in-service stressor. He witnessed a loss of life of Private John Doe. Captain John Doe is stating, hey, we were all assigned to the same unit, and we all knew of the loss of life of Private John Doe. So what are you going? In this statement, in this buddy statement, what are we talking about? Location, okay? Fort Hood, time frame, okay? Gave the 3 years that was at Fort Hood, the incident in the name of the person, and then you tell them, hey, go to my 201 file, my personnel, military personnel record, and they can confirm that we were all, meaning, Captain John Doe, Sergeant John Doe, and Private John Doe was in the same unit, okay? And then they can confirm through other research that Private John Doe passed away due to a fatal injury that he sustained while assigned to this unit and while serving at Fort Hood, while stationed at Fort Hood, okay? So that's to give you an example of what a buddy statement may look like. Again, I'm not saying that yours should look at this way or that is the default of how one should, but based on the previous M21 reference that I showed you in slide number 2, as it talked about a fellow veteran, okay, so talking about 2 fellow veterans, time and location, okay, so I'll put all that in there. So it's just to give you something to think about and use as a reference if you're thinking about writing a buddy statement for someone else, or if you're trying to get someone to write a buddy statement for you, what's some of the information that can go into it. Now, it doesn't mean that you're going to get service connected, okay? We're just talking about buddy statements, okay, and lay statements. So with that being said, let's jump into slide number 4. And here in slide number 4, you can see the M21, it talks about when a veteran's lay testimony alone may establish an in-service stressor, okay? So I'm just going to read the first paragraph here. A veteran's lay testimony alone may, okay? Key word, may, not saying is or would, may under specific circumstances establish an in-service stressor for purposes of establishing service connection for PTSD if, okay, PTSD is diagnosed in service and the stressor is related to that service, or the stressor is related to the veteran's engagement in combat with the enemy, experiences as an FPOW as defined in 38 CFR. So there again, you see that there's a 38 CFR in this M21, okay? Fear of hostile military terrorist activity or duties as a drone aircraft crew member, claim stressor is adequate to support a diagnosis of PTSD, and veteran symptoms are related to the claim stressor. Okay, so let's just review all that real quick. We talked about the buddy statement, what it is, okay? The buddy statement as it pertains to an in-service stressor for PTSD. I gave you an example of a statement, how I would write a buddy statement. Again, that's not a general format that you have to use, but again, think of time, place, incident, okay? And then lastly, the lay statement, okay? Now, if I didn't show an example of a lay statement, but let's just talk about it for a sec, okay? So if I wrote a lay statement saying that, hey, I was stationed at Fort Hood during this particular time, I witnessed a fellow soldier succumb to a fatal injury, and I've been currently treated for PTSD, okay? So that would be something to think about if you're just writing a lay statement for yourself. And then a buddy statement, I gave an example of what that looks like, okay? A lot of people, I know I'm going to get asked, well, what if I write it this way? What if I write? There's no right or wrong way, but I think you need to think about time, location, and place, okay? That'll take a load off VA's employees when they're doing this research. Like in the example buddy statement, I said, hey, look in my 201 file. I should have, I previously filed a claim with the VA. So you can compare the 201 files to show that, hey, both of us, all three of us involved were assigned to the same unit, okay, during that time and while at Fort Hood, okay? So don't forget to go to the M21, look at the M21's references that I listed, and there are some 38 CFRs associated with it, okay? So with that being said, please like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and please do not forget to sign up for our live Zoom meeting again this Friday, September 3rd, 2021 at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And where can you go and sign up? At our website that's listed in the description section. So if you're uncomfortable sharing video, you can catch us again on our next YouTube live stream, which will be September 8th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you.